Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. On this Sunday, January 10th, we are 10 days into 2021, and we are officially on episode 301, which means that we're blowing past that 300 days in a row and just going to keep going. Thought we might hit some Guinness World Record, but apparently somebody streamed for 2,000 days in a row, and I can tell you guys with my whole heart, please, oh please, don't let me be that person. I don't know that I would make it out alive. That is so many days. I mean, so many days. Although now that I hear it, it's like challenge accepted, even if that means that I do a 5-minute show every day. Should I? Should I? But also, there is the caveat that I was not live for Blackout Tuesday, so it would start the day after that. It's just a lot of years. It's just a lot of years of life. Anyway, we've got quite the show today because things are going on in the world, but also things are going on in my personal life. And I think that we're just going to talk about it all. Arnold Schwarzenegger put out an 8-minute video that is really unbelievable, talking about Donald Trump and the Capitol riots. And we're going to speak about that video. If you didn't watch it, no worries. I will break it down for you. WandaVision has tons of reviews coming out. I'm not cool enough to have seen it, but I know a lot of people who have. So we will talk about how WandaVision seems to be. I'm very excited based off of these reviews. I had literally one of the strangest mornings I think a human could possibly have. So I'm going to speak to you guys about that. Also, just fully being as candid with you guys as possible. My depression is kicking in so hard to the point where I honestly thought that I wasn't going to be able to do this show today. But I told you guys I would be here, so here I am. So I'm going to do my best to make it through this show. And I know that I can do it with your guys' help. So just in case I am a little spacey or weird, thank you guys for sticking with me and standing by me because I'm having a really hard one today. So, it's so crazy how the human body can go like this so fast. Ups, downs, highs, lows, ins, outs. I'm sure a lot of you guys feel that as well, especially as we are 301 days into this fucking pandemic. So a lot to discuss. I also see some Streamlabs have already come in. So streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer and super chat in as well. Plus, we also are having like just about the strangest football season of all time. So definitely can speak about that as well. I know as a Patriots fan, but it's not just us. It's a lot of people are having a weird ass football season. Yesterday and today proved so. And so has this entire season. So anyway, let's talk. Let's talk about all of that. Let me start by giving some shout outs. I know how important it is to feel seen and heard during this time. And I know not everybody can financially support. So shout out to all of you guys who join me every single day, all 100 of you for being here live right now, the thousands of you guys who watch this show and are subscribed to this channel and give me support by liking these videos and commenting on them and being here in the live chat and hanging out on Zooms with one another and all of the things that make you guys rock stars. Stefan Zubel, Lloyd Nance, Brittany Parker, Andrew Thomas, John Bainbridge, Mohammed Belsi, Nick Bethel, Glenn Caesar, Jake Yakavetta, Mason Allen, Mark Ballum, Spidey Sensei, Morse Code Z, Scott Welsh, Star Gonzalez, Andrew Thomas, John G, Ryan Payne, Brittany Parker, Chris Martinez. I see all you guys. John Get Bent, The Prince That Wasn't Promised, Danny Ramirez, Jeremy Miller, Matt Munoz, The Vicious Ocean. That ocean can be vicious, boy. Lloyd Nance, Ace Money. Thank you guys all for being in here. Avi Vitzman, John Eugene, Legoland. Okay. Thank you guys, my friends. Jared Jefferson, Keon Burgeon, Garrett Lee, Chris Houston, All right. Adam Rodriguez, Silu Bonino. Hopefully I hit a lot of you guys. Sonander Studios, Mild Mannered Comic Nerd. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Okay. So let's go to the Streamlabs. Let's take a few of those and let's talk about those things that I said we're going to talk about. Hopefully talking about WandaVision will make all of us feel a little better. Or maybe you're having a great day and then fuck yeah for you. January 10th, mark it down in the books. Actually, before we talk about WandaVision, I'll do some Streamlabs and then I have to tell you guys a little bit about my morning. The weirdest fucking morning. The weirdest fucking morning. I mean, I just can't even. I cannot even. So going into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. A few of these came in after the show yesterday. Shout out to Glenn Caesar, who always keeping me on my toes, reminded me what Rob K wrote. He said the super chat from Rob K was during the quarantine episode, said, "Congratulations, Roxy, on number 300. You've got a great mix of real world and entertainment news. I always learn something from each of your streams. Shine on, Roxy, with your great self. You the best." Thank you so much to Rob K and Glenn for relaying the message. I appreciate you guys. Chrissy says, "Roxy, sorry I wasn't able to catch your 300th episode. I just wanted to show a little support." It's more than a little, Chrissy. I really appreciate that. And for all that you do, all that you've done during the last year, 300, that's insane. Yes, it is, dude. Yes, it is. Fanboy Cantina says, "Keep being awesome. Congrats on 300. Blowing kisses. Thank you so much." This morning, coming in from Empty Pixels. Sup, Rocks? I messaged you a while ago about my female best friend and the issues we were having with our relationship. So here's an update. We're engaged. Oh my God. So I took your advice and gave her the decision to choose if we remain friends instead of making it for her. Then she kissed me, confessed her feelings to me because she thought that would be our last time speaking to one another. I went home and was at first confused. I thought we were just friends this entire time, but that kiss, I told my girlfriend that night that I think I'm in love with her, and unknowingly, she did the same to her boyfriend. I fucking knew it, Empty Pixels. Did I not say on the show that I thought this was going on? And everybody in the chat said it was not, but I fucking knew it. She asked me, and I don't always think that I know men and women can be friends because some of my best friends are men. Just the way you spoke about her, I knew something more was going on. She asked me for coffee the next day, and we both told each other the news. We then spent the day together and realized that night I wanted this feeling for the rest of my life. Holy shit, I'm going to cry, Empty Pixels. Oh my God. I proposed, and she said yes. I know the world is absolute shit right now, but you literally changed our lives. And for the first time in a while, I wake up happy every day. Oh my God. I'm so happy for you. Raise a glass to the rock stars. Your happiness is out there, people. Sometimes you just need a little help to see. Oh my God, Empty Pixels. P.S. I know this seems fast, but I've known her since we were kids. It's not every day you get to marry your best friend. Also, sex still bomb. Sorry, Jess, her name, LOL. I'm Great Gatsby toasting to you. Love you, Chunk. I mean, how am I going to make it through today? Holy shit. Oh, I'm like already on the edge and oh my God. I'm so fucking happy for you. I agree. I think that everybody's happiness is out there. And I really believe that. I believe that for all of you guys, every single one of the rock stars. I believe that for me. I believe that for Empty Pixels. And I root for people so hard that when you find your happiness, I just get really emotional because it's all we fucking want is to find our person and to have them find us back and love us back. And wow, I'm really fucking happy for you guys. Send bunnies because that's worth it if I've ever heard something worth it. And saying that I'm any help in that at all makes every single one of these 300 days feel like they mattered. Empty Pixels, thank you for sharing that story. And I'm so happy for you and for Jess. And congrats on your engagement. And I'm so happy for you guys to spend the rest of your lives together. I swear I'll try to keep my shit together for this show. I'll do the best that I can. I'm such a lover of love. I believe in it so hard. And I think that when you really are in love, nothing can get in the way. And I know you guys, I'm sure, had a lot of love for your partners, but when you know, you know. And if it was each other, it's each other. And all is fair. Oh, guys, everybody's sending bunnies and hearts right now. I mean, other people are crying too. So many bunnies, a farm worth of bunnies, says Legoland. I agree. Glenn says that's just so great to hear. Woohoo. Stormy Wood says that made me cry. I can't wait to find my happiness. And I want that for all of us. Me too, Stormy, so bad. I'm on the journey with you guys, and I have not found it yet, but I know that I'm going to. It's just taking a little longer than I hoped. Andrew Thomas says, I hope to find a love from a woman like that one day. You've got this, Andrew. Brittany says, congratulations, Pixels. Mild Manner Comic Nerd said, woohoo. Ryan Payne says, if that isn't a bright spot to 2021. Stefan says, I'm not crying. Sniff, sniff. Oh my God. Yeah, somebody must be cutting onions nearby. I mean, oh God. Oh God. Ace Money says, holy shit, that made me feel the feels. Me too. I am not keeping it together well today already. I can't tell you how much I needed to hear that, and just so much love for you. Oh, Nick says, gee, Roxy, I kind of just realized you're like the female Ted from How I Met Your Mother. Am I? Oy. I don't know about that. In what way? In the end? Yikes. Okay. Well, we're going to move on, but thank you for making all of our days. And if you're a rock star, it means that you're happy for people. And even if you haven't found your happiness yet, other people finding theirs makes you feel good, because that's what you want in the world. So if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, why can't that be me? It can be you. And that's what this is all about. And I don't know, maybe the love of your life is another rock star. Or maybe you find them here. Or maybe you find them at the grocery store. Or maybe you find them sitting next to them on a plane. Or maybe it's somebody you've known this whole time. Or maybe your story isn't about finding your partner. It's about finding a child or a career that you love so much, or a friendship that makes your heart soar. You know, there's so many different things that it can be, but wow, I was just so fucking happy for you. All right. Cinema Goria says, I'm another rock star. That's true. That is so true. Okay. Going back into the Streamlabs, although I will say it's going to be challenging to top empty pixels today. LD123, though, always has a shot at it. LD says, hey, coach, just did my last show of Romeo and Juliet for now. If we get chosen to tour, I'll start again. But as on 10 minutes ago, I have no job. So tomorrow I'm going to apply for retail job. No fun, sexy stuff today. Sorry, LD. So is life. I wish I had fun, sexy stuff every day, too. And the amount of times that I booked something and then I had to get back to my work at a bar was so many. It just happens, dude. Sometimes we're on cloud nine, and then sometimes we got to work our asses off in retail. And I'm proud of you for making those decisions, because some people are too egotistical or arrogant to do those things, and they end up in bad positions. So apply for that retail job. Know that there's absolutely no shame in that. Mad respect for doing so. Take care of yourself. And you will book something else, because you're talented and great, LD. I just know it. So thank you for sharing that with us. Some people have highs, some people have lows. It's about sharing it here. Wow. What a day. Chris Martinez in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider said, hey, Roxy, we found out earlier. Oh, speaking of lows, that Star's grandma passed away. Would love if you could send her some love. Thanks. Absolutely. We have so much love for Stars. Please send bunnies for Star. I actually got a call from one of my closest friends this morning that her grandfather had passed away too. sucks during this time too, where you just can't mourn the same way that we're used to mourning and all of that. So I feel for Star, and there's not much to say other than this time will pass, but it's going to fucking suck for a little bit. And I'm really glad, Star, that you have the right partner, because Chris is going to be there for you. And so are all the rock stars, and we love you. And we're really sorry to hear that. And thank you for sharing with us, Chris, so that we can give Star some extra love today, even more than we usually give her. Spidey Sensei 72 says, you deserve all the credit in the world, Roxy. You brought two people together and held all of us down during a global pandemic. I'm certainly trying. Some days I can put on a shirt, and some days I can barely. I've got like half of a top on right now. Just like my hair is not even brushed. I'm sweaty. I don't even think I put deodorant on this morning. Like always one step away from total catastrophe, but I'm still here. And that's the fucking point. So thank you, Spidey Sensei. Wow, I love you guys. And I love this show. And I love our community. We may be small, but we are mighty. Going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Glenn Caesar in the house says, hello and good afternoon, Roxy. Love you. And thanks for always being here for us and hanging out with us on this hopefully happy World Girl Sunday. Yeah, that's true. Tonight is the World Girls. Always love that. Cheers to you and to all of us having a more love-filled 2021. It seems like it's happening for some of us already. Peace, love, bunnies, and hugs to you and the Rockstars band. Lots of extra bunnies and hugs to Star Gonzalez, who recently got news that her grandma passed away. Yeah, thank you, Glenn, for saying that. Love you, Star. My and our condolences to you and your family. The Rockstars and World Friends communities are here for you and anyone else in need of friendly ears. As always, hope that we can all find and feel some joy in each of our days, our weeks, our months, and our years. Don't ever forget, whenever times get tough, we're never alone, even if we're by ourselves. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Glenn, you're so freaking sweet. Remember, everyone, you're kind, you're smart, you're important, you're worthy. So keep on being your terrific selves, because we appreciate you. As always, smash cancer, keep up the fight. Smets and everyone else who's battling, we are here with you. Oh, fuck, I didn't text him back. He texted me congrats on 300. I have to say something to him. Absolutely. And while we're at it, Brett Hankinson, Miles Cosgrove, Jonathan Mattingly, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, all three of them for killing Breonna Taylor. We're going to keep saying it here on the show. Red Sands 1001 says, 10 for the 10th day of the year. Go Browns. Hell has frozen over. Insane in the membrane. Insane. Thanks, Red Sands. Appreciate you for the 10 for 10. Ace Money says, hey, Roxy, we love you and are here for you just like you are for us every single day. Thank you, Ace. It's not lost on me, guys, that I know that I'm the one broadcasting every day, but you guys are showing up every fucking day. Every day. And that's everything to me. Mark Jason Ali in the Streamlab says, hi, RJ/Chunk. We're with you. Just got back from my dad's. How are you today? Stay awesome. Well done, Empty Pixels. And raise a glass to Roxy. I'll raise a glass to you guys. Glass of tea. I guess it's more of a cup of tea. Smash Cancer. Chunk 301. Bunnies always. Chunk 301 is an epic hashtag. Thank you, Mark Jason Ali. My day is interesting. So let's talk about that a little bit before we take any more Streamlabs or Super Chats. My day has been bizarre. So for those of you guys who are Jewish, you'll know what I'm talking about. For those of you guys who are not Jewish, you might know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, you will probably be very confused. But I'm going to share it with you guys anyway. So one of my best friends, all of my best friends from back home, and a lot of them from out here, are pregnant or are having their first or second child. And they're all married and they all own homes and they're all in a very different spot of life than I am. But they're my people. And especially I have this core group of friends from back home. And we don't have that much in common anymore because they're in just such a different phase of life than I am. And they all stayed back home and they all work jobs that are not in the entertainment industry. But as opposed to sometimes when I tell people, like, if your friends aren't supportive, then you have to let them go, or like, you know, you need to find new friends or whatever. these are my friends for life for a few reasons. Number one, they are incredibly supportive of me chasing my career and my dreams, and they always keep me on track. Number two, I'll never forget how there they were for me when my mom passed away. And that's something you don't let go. Like when somebody supports you in your darkest hour, when you are fucked up and on drugs and a nightmare to deal with and erratic and just totally on one, and everybody stays in your corner, you don't ever forget that. So my friends, my childhood friends, are my friends for life. And so one of my best girlfriends, whose wedding I was in, had a baby 8 days ago. It's her first baby, and she had a beautiful, beautiful baby boy. And if you are Jewish, you know, in the Jewish tradition that 8 days after you have a baby boy, you have what is called a bris. So by a show of bunnies, let me know if you know what a bris is. Send bunnies if you know what a bris is. Send hearts if you do not know what a bris is. Bunnies for yes, you know what a bris is. No Googling. Hearts if you do not know what a bris is. I'm very interested about your guys' level of knowledge here. A lot of bunnies coming through. A lot of bunnies, some hearts. Okay. So in the Jewish tradition, you have a bris, which is when the circumcision of a child happens 8 days after they're born. And in the Jewish tradition and faith, it is something that is done with your closest loved ones and family, and people attend this like it's an event. It's like a little party. And there's a naming ceremony that comes along with it. So you take on a Jewish name because everybody has their Hebrew name as well. Not everybody. Jews tend to get their name and then their Hebrew name. So because people couldn't be together during this time, she had a Zoom bris where her family and her best friends were all invited to this Zoom bris. She lives on the East Coast, and so that Zoom bris, I needed to be on the Zoom at 7 a.m. over here. And so I was up until about like 5 a.m. last night because I'm just kind of going through it right now. And at 7 a.m., I think it was actually at 7:30, I had to sign on to the Zoom bris. And so I did. And it was truly one of the most interesting experiences of my life to watch a baby's, as her husband called it, schmeckle, get chopped on Zoom. I mean, that's like essentially what my morning was. For the actual, so first they start the ceremony. They introduce us to the people who were in the room. So it was strange because everybody's in masks because the rabbi's there. The rabbi is also a doctor, and he is performing the surgery. And it was my girlfriend, her husband, both of their sets of parents, all of their siblings, their grandparents, and 2 great-grandparents were there, which is incredible to see too. So it was all immediate family. I think they all, quarantined for 14 days, but they were all in masks anyway. But I think that they, because she's been pregnant and all this stuff, they've all been together anyway, just like taking care of the baby. So they were all there, and the rest of us were on Zoom. And so they introduce, like, everybody kind of speaks, and there's like speeches like at a wedding, and then they all kind of circle around the child. So you're seeing a bunch of backs, and then you're hearing what's happening, and takes the actual, like, there's some prayers. They said the motzi, but that was afterwards. That's the motzi, just so you guys know. So it's like very short. And you hear the doctor / rabbi snip the weenie, and you hear the baby like, ah, like scream and cry. And then they kind of celebrate. And it was truly, they did a great job with it. I've just never experienced anything like that in my life. I was so happy for them that everything seemed to go well. And, in the dad's speech, he made jokes about like, the rabbi told me to keep the speech short, but I hope that he keeps my baby Shemeka long. It was funny, it was like a whole thing. But at 7 a.m, as I'm on a Zoom call watching one of my best friends' newborn baby's penis get snipped, I was like, this is the weirdest quarantine moment ever. Ever. It was so strange. So just so you know, that's one of the traditional Jewish practices. And I guess it lives on during quarantine, just on Zoom. And it was truly bizarre. After that, I was like, because I had gotten maybe 1 hour of sleep, I like could not get out of bed. Do you guys ever feel like 4,000 pounds? Like you literally cannot sit up. And I just laid there and like I could not bring myself to move. And I have so much work to do and I have so much filming to do this week. I've got a couple different projects going on that I can't really talk about yet, but I just have so much work and it felt so overwhelming. I haven't found an apartment yet. It felt like there was an elephant sitting on top of me. And so I just said to myself, I experienced this beautiful Bizarro thing this morning. Now, for whatever reason, I'm feeling like this. And it was weird because everybody on Zoom I'm the only person there without a husband. It's everybody and their husbands. And whatever it is. But I don't think that's why I felt that way afterwards. It just was like a lot. There's a lot going on in my life. And so I just said to myself, like, okay, your body will get up when you're physically capable of getting up. You are physically not capable of getting up right now. I was like paralyzed in bed and I was like, you'll do it when you can. And so that's what I did because, I need to do all that work and that's still true. And so if it means that I have to stay up until 5 a.m. tonight, then that's what I'll do because I was physically not capable of getting out of bed. It was, I was like so strange. So that was my morning. And then always I try to convince myself when I'm having days like that I need to get in the sun. As trivial and stupid as that sounds, I'm like, just sit in the sun for 5 minutes because I need that vitamin D. So I sat in the sun for 5 minutes and I was like, okay, Rox, go do your show. You can do this. And then try to do as much work as you can and then get ready for World Girl Sunday. And then you're going to do work after that. You're just going to get through one step at a time. So here is where we are now. That is where we are right now. I know a lot of you guys with penises are feeling sore in your penis because of what I was talking about before. I'm very sorry for you guys, but that is what a bris means. That is what it is. So just thought I would share. All right. Moving on. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer or in the super chat. Get them in loud. Get them in proud. I want to talk a little bit about WandaVision. So if you guys have thoughts on this, please let me know. Overwhelmingly positive reviews were flooding in for WandaVision. That was really exciting to see. It does seem like it's a weird ass show, which I'm okay with, but it also seems like it's great. A lot of my friends who I trust, who are major Marvel fans, who have great opinions on movies and TV, were tweeting about this. Let's start with my friend Hector Navarro, who said, I got to see the first 3 episodes of WandaVision, and it was everything I hoped it would be. Funny, clever, creepy, and above all, sort of tragic. The reality is WandaVision is taking the Marvel Cinematic Universe places it's never gone before, and there's no going back. Love that review. He then follows up that tweet and says, I love Wanda's story from the comics, and I'm really happy to see the series take inspiration from some of those iconic Vision and Scarlet Witch storylines and moments. Plus, the cast is having so much fun in the first 3 episodes. It was a blast to watch. Love that. our friend, well, maybe some of you guys are friends with him too. My friend Dorian Parks said, watch 3 episodes of WandaVision and the show is weird as hell in a good way. 2 things are clear. Number 1, Marvel is dedicated to parodying classic sitcoms. Okay. And 2, the MCU is finally back. Can't wait to see how this show sets up Doctor Strange 2 and Spider-Man 3. Interesting. Okay. More comments coming through. Ash Crosman, who is fucking awesome, and I honestly typically agree with her opinion on a lot of movies and TV show. She does stuff for ET Now, but she tweeted out about WandaVision, and she said, let's see if I can find this. Where did she put it? Where did she put it? Likely on Twitter, if I had to guess. She said, I think she said something else, but she said all the Emmys for Elizabeth Olsen in WandaVision. Oh, and then her second one she attached said, WandaVision was like, hey, we're going to change almost everything about you episode to episode. And she was like, okay, mind if I absolutely nail this? Does seem like a lot of people are saying positive things about Elizabeth Olsen, which I'm not surprised about because she is truly a force to be reckoned with. Sorry, I'm dying. Not really, but sips tea. She's one of the most talented people, I believe. So I'm not surprised with that. Wenli Ma said, who is a film critic and is the editor for news.com.au. She tweeted out and said, there's a lot to like in WandaVision, especially Olsen and Bettany's performances. And what I appreciated the most is the chance to experience a relationship that was mostly developed off screen between MCU films, start streaming on January 15th. I love their relationship, and she's my favorite character, so it sounds like I'll probably like that. Let's see what my friend BD from Comic Book said. BD said, WandaVision is truly unlike anything the MCU has put out before. I can't emphasize that enough. It was a blast to watch. It's so committed to the sitcom structure of storytelling that it feels like a bold risk, but it pays off and builds a mystery. It is awesome. All right, I trust BD on these things. Stephen Weintraub, aka Frosty from Collider, said, I've seen the first 3 episodes of WandaVision and love how big of a swing Marvel Studios is taking with the series. The reason the MCU is king of the hill is Kevin Feige's amazing leadership and willingness to take risks like what you see in WandaVision. All of these seem to be so pro WandaVision. Eric Davis, the managing editor of Fandango, says, when WandaVision debuts, it will have been 563 days since Marvel Studios delivered a new story for us to devour, but 2021 may be their most ambitious year yet, with the potential for 6 new TV shows. He's just saying that it all is starting soon. Doesn't seem like a review of the show. BD also wrote, I'm interested to see how Marvel fans and non-Marvel hardcores react to WandaVision. It's so different from what has come before in a way that works that I wonder if people looking for an action-packed romp are going to love it out the gate. I love it through 3 episodes. It will be interesting to see like how Marvel fans versus non-Marvel fans versus comic book readers versus just the movie watchers or whatever feel about the show. I'm fascinated to hear, and I cannot wait to watch this. Jason Freeman says, happy to hear WandaVision is getting reviews. Always glad to see shows take risks and be rewarded for it. Me too. And especially with great performers. I was nervous about this, but this is making me feel really excited and secure in the direction that they're going. And honestly, I didn't read anybody say that this was not good. So that's pretty exciting news. Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs. Why? In the Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStar says, hey, Roxy, any thoughts on the rising COVID cases in the NBA? I saw the Heat Celtics game was postponed. Also, if you haven't yet, check out WandaVision IG. It's aesthetically pleasing and oh so satisfying to look at. The hair looks beautiful. Leonard Kim, I haven't checked out their IG. I will be doing so. Thank you for the tip. My thoughts on the rising COVID cases in the NBA? That sucks. I mean, you mean thoughts on why it's happening? Do you mean thoughts on the fact that it is happening or what they will do? just sports right now are, I don't even know what to make of it. Like, I don't even know what to make of it. It's the weirdest, strangest time for sports ever. And like, it's hard for me to even take it seriously, even though it is bringing so much fun and entertainment into our lives. But hopefully everybody makes it out okay. Speaking of sports, let's talk a little bit about the NFL. This is such a strange year. This is such a strange year for the NFL. I don't even know how to, like, this. I can't even believe this is going to be a year in which we have, like, there's going to be a Super Bowl. And I don't know. I don't even know, like, how, what am I going to do? Watch it alone in my apartment? I guess I will. I guess that's what most of us are going to do. The Seahawks, what the fuck with them yesterday? The Seahawks looked like ass. That was, a lot of close people in my life are major Seahawks fans. I felt for them. It looked like the Washington football team was gonna end up pulling through at one point. Like, I was like, wow. But then Brady is just a beast. Brady is such a beast. I can't believe that Brady. I cannot believe what the Patriots did this year versus what Tom Brady did this year, but that's a whole different conversation. I kind of feel bad for Cam Newton at this point, honestly. But go Bucks, I guess. Close Bills-Colts game. I guess happy for the Bills. I guess. That's like where I'm at. The Bears and the Saints are playing right now. I think the Saints are winning. Sorry if that's a spoiler for anybody right now. I bet the Saints end up winning this. I don't actually fucking know. I don't actually know. I don't know, because everything is up for grabs. What do you guys think is going to happen with the Steelers game? Talk to me. Lemmy says Steelers go. Okay, so you're rooting for them. Saints are beating the Bears. Yeah, I weep for my Seahawks. I get it, ZB. I get it. That was wild. Nick Bethel, you mean strange 2 years? I do mean a strange 2 years for sports, I guess. Bills' first playoff win in forever. I know. That's why I'm kind of happy for them, I guess. It's so weird to be watching right now. It's so strange to be watching sports right now. Basketball, football. It's like trying to pretend that real life is still existing while real life is not happening at all. Before I saw my grandparents yesterday, because I had to go there, I had not seen a soul, literally seen in 7 days. It had been 7 days since I saw anybody, not at a grocery store, not on a walk, I literally had not seen a person in 7 days. How weird is that? Except via the internet. It is so strange. So we're putting on these, I love sports and it's a great distraction during this time. And I'm a huge, huge advocate for sports, for playing them, for watching them. I really believe that sports and arts keep people off drugs. Like, I don't know how to phrase that any better. But this is such a strange time watching what's happening. And it's like, which teams are beating who? What? Bizarro. Totally bizarro. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Are you watching anything right now? Who do you think is going to win? Who's going to the Super Bowl this year? Who's winning at the Super Bowl this year? What are your thoughts? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, or anything else you guys want to talk about. Bad Rabbit in the Streamlabs says, hey, Roxy, it's interesting. People are commenting that WV is bold and risky, a WandaVision, but this sounds similar to what people were saying about Wonder Woman 84. Do you think this show will be as divisive as that? Do you think the show would benefit more if released all at once? Great questions, Bad Rabbit. I hear that they are releasing the first 2 episodes on Friday night. So really, or Friday morning, technically Thursday night. Technically Friday morning, actually Thursday night. So they're going to be doing 2. No, I don't think it would benefit more from releasing it all at once, because I think that it'll be talked about for longer if it's like more water cooler style. it doesn't sound similar to Wonder Woman 84 to me, because most people who were saying Wonder Woman 84 was swinging for the fences were following it up with, and it didn't always work. Like, they swung big, and I don't know that it fully paid off, but interested in what they did. This is like they swung big and they nailed it hard. Pun intended. They swung big and they nailed it hard. Oh my God. So it sounds different to me. I think that these sound much more positive. The Wonder Woman reviews had me a little nervous always, because none of them seem to be, this movie is fucking phenomenal. These ones about WandaVision seem to be, this is phenomenal. This is incredible. And they're moving in this direction. It's awesome. So I feel like they're slightly different. Wonder how you guys feel about that. Couple more things to talk about before we get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry, I have to sip my tea again. You guys can just chill for a sec. I'm crying before. I have like phlegm in my throat now too. So there was this unbelievable Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Why did I say it like that? It's Arnold. I guess I should do it in an Arnold voice. Get to the chopper, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was an Arnold Schwarzenegger video he put out. It was about Donald Trump and the riots. Schwarzenegger annihilated Trump for the riots. Not my best. It was an 8-minute video. Send bunnies if you watched it. Send hearts if you've not seen it yet. He put this out on his Twitter, but it went all over the news. And he is speaking about growing up 2 years after World War II in Europe. And I believe Arnold Schwarzenegger was referencing, he was talking about his father coming home. So some of you guys have, some of you guys have not. He was talking about his father coming home and having his dad and all of his friends' parents and his neighbors' parents, who were all so affected by, okay. I don't know how to phrase this properly. If you guys watch the video, you'll see. To me, he was alluding to the fact that a lot of his parents and a lot of his friends' parents were part of the Nazi party. He doesn't exactly say that, but he says, some people were Nazis and were so against the Jews, and some people went along with everything step by step because that's what their government was telling them to do, and it destroyed those people. What they had done destroyed those people, and those people grew up in a time in which then they are now abusing their wives and their children, and they're so angry at everything they had done during World War II and what they had done to the Jews and who they had become, that they never are whole again, and they're drinking too much and they're trying to forget, and they're taking out their aggression in horrible ways. And it was because they believed lies that were told to them by their government, by their leadership. And so he is correlating that with what happened with the riots in DC and Donald Trump, and saying that Donald Trump is the worst president to ever be. Something I really appreciated that he did not do was he did not say that he did not relate Donald Trump to Hitler. That's like my biggest pet peeve during this time, because I think there's so much misinformation about the Holocaust and about Hitler that to even say Trump is a modern day Hitler is a fucked up statement, because Hitler mass murdered 6 million Jews. And honestly, statistics have come out recently that it could be twice as many Jews as that, and 12 million people. And there's been statistics that could be a lot more. There's been, they had a harder time keeping track back then, but there's a lot of stats that it's even more than that. But he mass murdered millions and millions of people. So while I think Donald Trump is the worst president and a living piece of shit, and I cannot wait for him to be out of office, he's absolutely by no means Adolf Hitler. And I think the people who call Trump Hitler have such a lack of understanding of who Hitler was and what happened in Nazi Germany. So I think it's okay for people to do what Arnold Schwarzenegger did, which is talk about how much when you are getting fed lies from the government, that can affect society and people and what they do. But I don't think calling Donald Trump Hitler is appropriate or accurate. And I think it does a huge disservice to the Jewish people who are trying to still convince people that the Holocaust fucking happened. Because now it places people, they think, oh, okay, so Hitler was like Trump. And that's actually not the truth. Even though they both are horrible leaders, and even though they both are fascists, and even though they both did horrible things and are capable of brainwashing and all that stuff, Donald Trump is not Hitler. So we need to stop saying that. But I did like what Arnold Schwarzenegger did here. And he tries to reach out to the people and say, he tries to reach out to the people and say, listen, they are brainwashing you. Like what Donald Trump is doing is brainwashing you. And then you went to the Capitol and you did this. And we need to move together forward as a country. And that starts by accepting that Joe Biden is president because he won this election fair and square, and saying, Joe Biden, we hope you do the best job as president that you possibly can. Because Nick Bethel says, damn, is she about to cry again? Honestly, I often cry over the Holocaust. I don't cry over much. I do cry over love. And I do cry about the Holocaust because going back to the bris that I was at this morning, both of the great-grandparents there are Holocaust survivors. And you guys know my grandfather is a veteran of World War II and fought to save so many people who were in the camps. And it is very upsetting to me when I talk about this, because that is when we are in a place in life where we have to compare what's going on here to what was going on in and after Nazi Germany. It's very scary for the Jews. It's very scary for people. But it does, when I think about what happened, it's hard for me to stomach. It's a different kind of tears than I was crying earlier. Those were happy tears. This is when I'm not crying, but I get very emotional about it because people still don't fucking believe that this even took place. So anyway, I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger did a great job with this. I thought it was really important that he put this out. I think that he called out a lot of members of the Republican Party, his own party, and he was able to hopefully get through to some people. Even if he gets through to one person, 2 people, 10 people, 20 people, every voice matters. And usually we talk about how celebrities' voices and opinions during this time don't really make a difference, but he's not just a celebrity, he's a politician. And he's an icon for a lot of people. And a lot of people just love and adore and listen to him. So this was a really powerful video. I definitely recommend checking it out. I would love to hear what you guys think about this. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, and also super chat in. And thank you guys for letting me explain my theory about him not being Hitler. Because again, I so want to be clear. He is a fascist fuck. He's just not Hitler. So he's awful. He needs to be removed. He's done something horrible to this country, but he's not an orange-haired Hitler, as people refer to him. So that is how I feel. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer right here in the super chat, in the chat as well. And then we will be getting out of here. Let's see what's going on in here right now in the chat. In the Streamlabs. We've got Apollo 3JP who says, our boy Arnie still got it. Legit wondered if he could be president on January 20th when he busted out that Conan sword. But was the moment I realized that was the moment I realized I was ready to follow him into battle, a true man. He cannot be president because he was not born in this country. So that makes him ineligible to run. But I hear that, Apollo. Justin Square says, okay, so I'm going to out myself here. I'm 32 and I didn't get my first kiss until right before my 29th birthday. I got a peck on my lips during prom, but I don't count that. I have never had a girlfriend. Seeing couples made me think something was wrong with me. I was extremely lonely and tired to force romantic relationships to happen. I say all that to say that I wasn't ready for one. 2020 helped me realize that. I watched the sermon series Relationship Goals and took the Science of Well-Being online course where I pretty much learned about the type of relationship I would want, the necessity for singleness, misconceptions about happiness, and the dangers of comparing myself to other people, and so much more. I know my person, refreshing, is out there. Maybe she isn't ready for me. The wait will be worth it, but I'm just excited for all the growth I've done in the last year. We all are on our own roads, and there is time for everything. All I can do now confidently expect it will when it's meant to. Oh, all I can do confidently expect it will when it's meant to. Yeah. Thank you for all that you do today. You are a light on this earth. Hashtag better not bitter. Chunk it up. And also hashtag Roxy doesn't like games. Roxy doesn't play games. Roxy doesn't play games. Thank you, Justin. And thank you for sharing that. I'm so happy the growth you've done. And I think that a lot of people think they're ready for a relationship, but haven't put in that work. And it sounds like you really have. So I'm excited for you. And I know that conversation just took a left turn from where we were, but thank you for sharing that with us. And I don't think it's outing yourself at all. A lot of people don't have their first kiss until then. And it sounds like you're getting more and more ready to meet the love of your life. And we're going to be fucking right here when you do. And so excited for you. Okay. Cinema Garia says, missed opportunity for a segue going from circumcision to WandaVision. Are all my segues supposed to rhyme? But to represent, we Caribbean Jews, have those traditions, but it's more of a private / medical matter instead of upholding an ancient culture. Yeah, sometimes the Jews, like when my brother was circumcised, there was only 7 people. It was all immediate family. They were just there. They didn't throw like a big party, but that was because my family was more religious. They aren't now, but my dad's father and his grandfather were both extremely religious. I know I told you guys he grew up Orthodox, so it's more of like a medical procedure to some people, but to each their own. To each their own. I was happy for them, and it seems like it brought them a lot of joy. So it was nice to be invited and a part of something. All right, guys, we are getting out of here as we have been here for almost an hour. So any last minute Streamlabs, bring them in. If I get them late, I will read them on tomorrow's show. I will be live tonight with the World Girls at 7 p.m. We've got some Patreons calling in, which is awesome. Thank you to those who are at the $50 tier on the World Girls Patreon. And then we also are going to be talking about, I don't know if we've announced what the topic of the show is yet. I know what it is, but because I don't know if we've announced it yet, I won't say. But we've got a fun topic for tonight's show. We all decided we wanted something light and fun because we could really fucking use it this week. Wish me luck in all the things I'm doing. Good luck to your football teams if they are playing right now or later today. I hope that you guys have better success than I did. Remember that we're happy for other people, and other people having happiness should not bring you less happiness. It should bring you more happiness. I know that people struggle with that sometimes, but not here, not the rock stars. Every ounce of happiness you guys have is only a good thing for all of us. And I'm so, so glad that you guys are willing to share that here. And I know for those of you guys who are not feeling that happiness right now, and trust me, I feel you guys, it's coming. And we just don't know in what form or when, but it will be here at some point. Anyway, I love you guys a lot. I'm so grateful for you guys. I appreciate you, as I've oversaid too many times, but I really do mean it. I do see one more Streamlabs coming in. Cinema Garia says, Elizabeth Olsen is an example of someone who's used their privilege right. She's been real and honest with her work and deserves all her success. Love hearing you say that. Yeah, she is pretty phenomenal. So guys, make your bed, put down the toilet seats and the lids, because we know about those plumes or the flumes. I still don't fucking understand whether it's plumes or flumes. I go back and forth saying those words. I know we took a lot of turns on this show, so thanks for sticking with me, guys. I'll see you tonight for World Girls, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Tomorrow, live at the Roxy for episode 302. Stay safe, stay sane, and I'll talk to you guys soon.